Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish the story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Good evening. How everybody out there doing today? Welcome to the Number Basketball Show. This is your boy, Coach Lee. It's Wednesday night, hump day or some like to call it. We back at it like we're mad at it. With that being said, time to run one with you guys. Holla at my boy from the Northeast. What's happening up there too?
Baby. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to everybody. Hope everybody is getting ready to the feast. Mania, that is Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody
What's on the menu, man?
A bunch of crazy things on the menu, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, greens, from the greens all the way down to the zebra. You know what I'm saying? And going down in here, you know what I'm saying? Some good desserts, you know, and I'm looking forward to, you know, making some things that I never made before ever in my life. Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to Facebook user. Don't have a name there, but happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope you're doing well.
Appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving. Man, I don't know about you. I'm probably about halfway done already. So still a long night, but hopefully ain't too long. Got to watch all 3 games tomorrow night.
Yes, sir, man. Football, man. I heard something today, man, saying that basketball on Christmas outweighs football on Thanksgiving. I think it's
17 games versus 82. Sorry, need to know.
Absolutely. And on Thanksgiving, we're playing football. We're not playing basketball.
Salute, Pope. We see you, man. It's the Pope clown in the house.
Okay.
Salute.
No way. So we, you know, as our show rides tonight on the basketball side, hump day, you know, got a few interesting topics that we want to discuss. So vibe with us, comment, share, get as many people as you can in here, man, to watch us work.
No doubt. You ready to go to work, brother?
Yes, I am.
First topic of the night, return to glory. This is in reference to the ever-tinkering Boston Celtics and them trying to get on their way back to NBA Finals contention. One of the winningest franchises in NBA history. Your favorite team, you're a Laker fan, my apologies.
My
hometown team.
The least hated team, and I'm from up here. Been a long road for them guys, man, to just tap on what Coach was saying. Last championship was 2008. Ever since then, they've been trying to go back-to-back. Only bad thing about that is that opportunity been out the window. So, as the Celtics broom into another season, I say year 15 of the rebuild. A lot of interesting things to note here. First off, I'll say it off the top. Good thing you ain't got Ben Simmons. That might have been the smartest thing you did in the last 5 years is trade, is basically say we're going to swap picks. And basically you go Tatum and they go Ben. But overall, this Celtics team, you know, a lot of mistakes was made by, you know, former workers there.
Right.
And I always call this team a wild card team no matter what situation they're in. They're going to be a team that's going to compete. But in terms of the championship glory, I don't think they're ever going to get there. They're in a neutral zone right now where they're just lucky to be there because it could be a lot worse. They're playing the New Jersey Nets tonight. I call them the New Jersey Nets. And I think there's a couple of things to just look forward to as the season goes on. Jaylen Brown. Yes, he's improved. But is he actually somebody that you can trade away and get some decent value back for? If the neutral's not pushing and drive all the way. Number 2 is, to me, your bench. Your bench, bunch of floaters right now. You got rid of a lot of the trash last year. Still got a little bit of trash there, but overall, I feel like you did a little makeup to make the bench a little bit more conservative in terms of the rotation. I see a little bit of the old dead rotation sets from last year coming into play, and that's not good when you're playing 10, 11 men. And number 3, Al Horford they added back this year. You need a real 2010 guy. I mean, Al Horford was not a 2010 guy. You know, he's just playing out the rest of his career.
Yeah, he hadn't been 2010 in years.
Yes. 2010 back in the day. They thought this was back in the day. I feel like they're missing that. I feel like they had that. I feel like the offense would be a lot more better. I feel like the team would be a lot more better. And we wouldn't be talking about them just making the playoffs potentially. We'll be talking about them, you know, competing for championships. Durant's on the floor. Looks like the hamstring. Let's see if he gets up and shoots these free throws. Okay, it looks like Durant's going to get up. Looks like the hammy, you know, might be hurting him a little bit after the fall, but he's skinny, so he must have just took a hit. Oh, he fell kind of hard on the tailbone, you know, but that's
Let me ask you this. So the topic was them getting back to the glory days. Do you think under the current construction of the team that that's even possible?
No.
The Celtics of old were deep on the 5 from 1 through 5, and they probably even went 8, 9, 10 deep.
Nope. I say they're scared. They're scared, and that's why they're holding face right now. They're scared now because the cards have pulled. The cards have been pulled already. Mm-hmm. For years, they had the NBA thinking that those draft picks were going to be something, and what the Celtics do is let them sit there and marinate. And once you start seeing these drafts go about, you start seeing that there's a lot of talent coming in these drafts where, you know, you're really thinking about trading your draft picks now. You're really thinking about going there because you can go get a guy in the end of the first round, start the second, who could be blossom and become a star. Yeah. You know? So I feel like the Celtics thought they sucked at everybody. They didn't. Glory, I don't think they'll ever get there. And if they do, it won't be 2000. It won't be in 2020 through 29.
I think the Celtics under the Danny Ainge regime, that's a long time. Under the Danny Ainge regime, they I think they outsmarted themselves. You know, the older model at one point in time was to have as many draft picks as possible. Got to have that draft capital. But I think that narrative changed once the big three with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh was formed, and then everybody started going that route. They started building through free agency, building super teams that way versus trying to build the old-fashioned way. You draft a guy, you develop him and stuff like that. So I think they had good intentions, but they let the league pass them by while it's taking them a little bit of time to get their footing.
Right. Teams are overlapping them. And like I said, they're a competitive basketball team. They're going to come out here every night and compete. Talent is
only half of a.k.a. Zion Williams. All that talent, he's just eating food down here getting big.
And they just letting him do all that. Like, he hasn't even stepped on a basketball court this season. He's been checked 3 times and basically wasn't able to come back 3 times that they examined him to try to make him come back. Now he's, from what I hear, trying to get into shape. I guess he's eating still, so I don't know what type of shape he's going to be in. This may be the end of the road of Zion in New Orleans. We already know.
I think he's trying to force his way out.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to force his way out. Dude, I heard went sky balloon to about 320 this year, and the Pelicans seem to not care. When do they ever seem to care about their franchise? And it
So-
sucks because the young talent is potentially gonna get his way and get out.
So looking at the talent and how, the Celtics got to this point, over the last 3 years, they've lost through via free agency Morris, Horford, and Irving. The picks from the Kings and the Grizzlies turned into the 14th selection. Ned Boston, a pair of reserve swingmen, and Romeo Langford and Aaron Naismith. Then Rozier was sent to the Hornets and assigned a trade deal. That's how they got Kemba Walker, who's with New York now, who was sent to Oklahoma City Thunder for a first-round pick for Horford. The trade exception that they created with Hayward left, when he left, Evan Fournier and Josh Richardson are there. And then
Evan
Brad
Fournier
Stevens
is
left the sidelines to replace Ainge. It's a bit of an overhaul.
It's just wild how it all just turned. They all try, and it's the worst thing about it. Brad Stevens got a promotion. Got a promotion. I don't understand. Like I stay here. I stay in the state daily. I live here, and he got a promotion. Couldn't get a team over the hump so many years, and he got a promotion. Danny deserved to be out, but I feel like they both deserve to be out. I thought both of them would be gone for certain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something's still under the covers here that they're not telling us. Question is, will we ever find out?
Currently, if the playoffs were today, they would be in the number 8 spot. They sit at 10-8, but they've been hot as of lately. They've gone 7-3 over the last 10.
Yes, good wins over the Lakers the other night. Had a good back-to-back setting. I mean, when they beat Oklahoma City, offensively, they're catching the groove. But Jaylen Brown was not there for a stretch of those games where Jason Tatum upping his game and the team overall looked good. Tonight, coming out here, and people say Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum debate, kind of seems like Jason Tatum has that on this basketball team here in the Celtics. My thing is, at the end of the day, what value do the Celtics really got to go? Because they have to really go through this season with this team. And at this point, there's nobody that really holds value on that basketball team in terms of trade if you're looking to go that way. But I think the Celtics are going to have to deal with this year, take the bait, and then, go on to next year. Say, oh, my God. Wendell Carter with the jam. Watch the NBA over here, man. This is basketball talk over here. Any questions, anytime. Anybody, ask them, we'll answer them.
So the Celtics, the good thing about it is the number 8 right now in points per game, which is good. No,
pretty decent, man. I mean, they're just catching their flow. You got to remember they got a new coach as well this season. Try to return from being an assistant coach. He's on Popovich's squad to being a head coach of your team. Very different. You know what I'm saying? These younger guys, got to play a much bigger role. So it's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? But you have that core, and that core is the reason why you guys should be better than what you are. But you haven't proved that, and time's ticking.
time is always ticking. I don't know. I guess it's the old man in me. It's always the Lakers versus Celtics, and even when they had the big three with the big ticket, Rondo and Ray and all them, Pierce. That was a decent team. I think they could have won more, but they didn't. But it seemed like they just kind of that was kind of a minute ago, and they haven't been. It's always been next year. And
that's the thing. It's been next year for the last 14 years.
So I know they're not your favorite team, but you are in the area. What's the feeling, with the fanship up there with them? Are they getting antsy? They optimistic?
The feeling is always fair weather. Celtics string around a couple games like they have. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they lose this game tonight, it'll go right back to page one. And then they build a little steam, and then they're talking about it. Then they fall flat, and they all on them. This needs to change, and this needs to change. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. I called them a bunch of fair weather fans here in Boston, man. Massachusetts. Fair weather Boston Celtics fans, man. Because they're never 100% with it.
Right.
Oh, so
who's the leader on that team now?
The leader on that team, honestly, the leader of the team, I say in and out, maybe Marcus Smart in terms of the vocalness and the things that you carry in the leader. They obviously want to gain the wins of Jason Tatum. He knows his team. But bringing Al Horford back was another strong thing because, you have to have that leadership in the locker room. So Al Horford and Marcus Smart are you guys.
You think they can do it?
No.
You didn't even hesitate.
No. It would not. And two, if you can show me that you can go get a 20-10 guy to match with Jaylen Brown and just say if you want to keep both of them, then I can talk to you about it. But in terms of what's constructed right now, no. Not yet by a long shot. This is a first round. This is a first round, depending on matchup scenario, second round NBA basketball team right now.
So 20-10, that's pretty much like a third star.
Yeah, definitely. You need that. I feel like they need that.
You think they should have went and got somebody like Drummond?
They should have went to go get somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they should have, but a lot of people don't want to come to Massachusetts, Something's got to figure out. A guy that can either do that as a 4 or a 5.
Right.
Or
those are hard to find these days.
Right. Or you hope you get your luck in the NBA draft one of these years and hope one of these phenoms are one of those guys that can do that. But they let so many people slide and slip. Last hope still right now is Karl Anthony Towns, but seems like he's liking Minnesota a little bit more than he did.
Okay. Well, we gonna see. Maybe we may have a return as it looks right now. Lakers versus Celtics may not be what we get this year. But time will tell. We'll see how it goes down.
The Lakers will be there.
Oh man. We're gonna take our first break for the night. We're gonna be back in about 15 to 20. Hold tight. Be right back.
What's up, guys? It's Mike Larimore here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to STWF Media for all of the love and the positivity they've been sending my way recently. We partnered up, you know what I'm saying? I just like the energy the guys bring over there. So any sports talk, you want to talk football, you want to talk baseball, they might even talk bowling if you're interested. Boxing, whatever your thing is, man. Go check them out. There's a lot of great coverage over there. Again, it's nothing but positive energy from these guys. Go check them out. Peace.
Yes, sir.
I got it.
So, this one, the next topic we have, obviously one of the most exciting parts of the NBA is every year who's going to be the next young star. You had the Trays, the Lucas, the Jaws, players like that recently that's lighting up the league. This year's number 1 overall pick, Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons. He only scored 2 points in his debut game, but he's turned it around since then. Now, just to know how dismal his start was initially, just know how it was initially, he went 7 for 39 from the field in his first 3 games. And that was a record for the worst shooting percentage of any rookie with at least 30 attempts through 3 games since the NBA-ABA merger in 76. But right now, we're going to call this one Revenge of the Rook. Because since then, over his last 7 games, he's averaging 16 points, 6.7 boards, 5.7 assists, 1.9 steals a game. And he's shooting 41% from the field and almost 31% from behind the arc. So during that stretch, he made history by becoming the youngest player in NBA history to have a game with 25 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 5 made threes. And later on, he went 13, 12, and 10 in a game against your beloved Lakers to become the youngest player in Pistons history to record a triple-double.
Damn, like
so is a rookie finding his foot? What's up, Patrick? Is a rookie finding his footing? You know what's going on with him?
Yeah, rookie's definitely found his path, man. He started the offseason hurt, got hurt in the practice. You know, I said I had to recuperate from that. Being the number 1 pick in the draft, being the Detroit Piston as they drafted you, all they can do in that time is have shades of Grant Hill, former number 1 pick. You know that the Pistons had chosen. And the way his career went with ankle injuries and wasn't able to get on. So I think that was a little scare for Piston mania of that. Now, in terms of the bust code in the media, okay, comes out his first game after literally missing everything that, you know, prepares him for the season, and he does bad.
Mm-hmm.
You guys didn't watch too many Oklahoma State tapes. Now, there's certain guys that are good that get drafted number 1, and you really look at the tape and you're like, it was just the saddle with the competition. With Cade Cunningham, he had OK State on the map. That dude is legit. And I never had no doubt about his game coming into the season. Him being hurt, you know, I just wanted to know how many games would he be out. It was only 4. He's leading these young troops right now, and he's the future over there. Don't be worried, Detroit. The last thing you should be worried about is one of these players, you know, one of these young guys getting hurt. Don't think about that. I know the history is terrible. You know, you still have the 04 through 07 seasons to lean on.
Mm-hmm.
That guy doesn't need no bad press in his first year. And Detroit could have sunk him in this, but this young rook, man, over his last 7, like you said, man, almost 17, 6-6. That's incredible. Keep riding, young homie. You got that.
You feel he was worthy of the number 1 pick?
He was worthy of the number 1 pick. For what he did last year, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So he actually, and I thought this was pretty interesting. So he's been keeping, you know, the his rookie diary with the undefeated. He said, I didn't pay too much attention to what was being said after I had a slow start. I wasn't going to let it beat me up or change my way of thinking. But I definitely knew what was being said, and I tried to move accordingly. I feel like somebody would be a liar if they said they didn't know what was being spoken of them. But at the same time, I'm not basing how I think off these other people's opinions from the outside. I'm the kind of person that every day is going to get better, and I think that's why I had a quick turnaround. A lot of people were trying to say I was a bust, early and premature. I thought that was pretty funny in my eyes. That's something I took note of. Like, all right, well, we have to see about that. That caught my eye. I wasn't doing no tripping. I'm not going to say I respected that, but I definitely heard it. Shout out to him for keeping his cool. If you can't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
Absolutely. You gotta realize, man, he's a father. Young kid, he's got in the draft, he has a family he has to depend on. So for a man to dwindle, you know what I'm saying, just to be emotionally, you know what I'm saying, people say in the world is it shouldn't be like that. You know, shit hide under a rock. Mm-hmm. But we're all human beings. And him being a professional basketball player, hearing that, you know what I'm saying, and damn, y'all ain't gonna give me the benefit of the doubt that I had an injury and, you know, I had to get myself, you know, into this shape to even play professional basketball right now. Like
facts, Patrick. Can't get better if you don't shoot.
right. You can get better if you don't shoot. You know what I'm saying?
It's rhythm.
That shooting and the shooting may be something that he's gonna have to improve on still. You know what I'm saying? But like Pat said, you can't be Ben Simmons. And he found that out after that first game. You can't be Ben Simmons. Gotta be Cade Cunningham.
Well, we gonna see how Mr. Cade Cunningham done by Colin McNeil. Cade Cunningham does. It's his team to take. Obviously, expectations are gonna kind of be tethered this year. It's a young team, not too much star power, but they got a good seed planted with the rook coming in.
Yes, indeed.
All right. We're going to take our last break for the day before we get into our last topic. Y'all hang tight with us.
Get your headbands ready.
We'll be back shortly. 15 to 20.
Yes.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tamara Moore, former WNBA guard and current head coach at Masabi Range College. I want to give a big shout out to STWF Media, the big brand, for showing love and always being about those good sports. Make sure you guys show them love. You and your community can join them every week to talk about sports. Shouts out to them and make sure you check them out.
Yes, sir.
Sounds cool.
So the last one's always kind of fun. Kind of ties into what we just got done talking about in Cade Cunningham. But this one is the rookie rankings. Obviously, he was the top overall pick, but he wasn't the only one. So just to take a look at the top 10 rookies this year, and just let me know what your perspective is on them. Right off the bat, number 10, Davion Mitchell with the Sacramento Kings. Averaging 8, 2, and 3. That do anything for you?
Yes. Since the last slider, though, definitely a downgrade in the game, but that's overall due to the Kings and Luke Walton over there. Now, hopefully, with Albert Gentry over there, you get a reset of the team, and hopefully, it's for the better. I still like him at number 10 based on what he brought in the first month of the season. And usually, when you bring that type of mold, at least for the first half of the rookie ladder season, you will remain on it. You know what I'm saying? You get your usual pop-ups of rookies that you haven't seen on these ladders, usually after January, February, and then he goes on. So he's good over. He's safe.
Okay. I forgot, so Jitch took over for
Luke Walton.
Say again?
Luke Walton.
Yeah. I didn't know he was still there. I thought he got fired last year.
Yeah, it was a battle to try to get him out of there. They officially did. The Kings are a team that they haven't been able to see anything since those glory days with Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, and them. Haven't been able to. Franchise is in shambles. They tried to get Shaq to be part of the franchise, and that's still not working out. The Kings are just like we talked about earlier, the Celtics being neutral.
Right.
But can potentially go and drive some miles. The Kings are in neutral.
They've been in
but
neutral
they can't move because all they can go is reverse. So
they've been in neutral for a minute, man.
They're in trouble. They've been in trouble. My suggestion to them is rebuild again.
Tear it down completely?
Give it to De'Aaron Fox. Give that man an opportunity. Give that man an opportunity to go somewhere and win.
Yeah.
Go get that man.
What'd you give up for him?
I'm hoping that I was hoping that Ben Simmons was playing this season. That could have been an option.
Right.
Somewhere you got to get out of there. The Kings are wasting his time right now. The Kings are wasting everybody in Sacramento's time right now. They're in Sacramento, so I don't think anybody in California pays much attention to them. Figuring you got the Lakers, Clippers, and the Warriors. This is a joke.
Right. Number 9, Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic. He's averaging 11, 3, and 3.
Jaylen on that team, but that's not the team for Jaylen. He's on the team.
What's their identity?
That's the thing. When we thought he would go to Toronto, it kind of was like you have an identity there. You'll find it because they'll give it to you. In Orlando, it's like they are just there. They have a bunch of young guys, new young head coach. They just there to be there. They compete. But
it's like the Siberia of the NBA right now.
He's another young guy, so he has to compete with a bunch of young guys. So basically, you're still at the draft combine. So the NBA draft combine, you gotta have to be better than these guys at the end of the day. You're not on like a team like Toronto where you can go through the bumps and dumps and stuff. You really gotta go out there and compete and try to go get 20 a game, because if you don't, somebody's gonna be getting it, and then your confidence level is gonna go low. But over in that, he's playing fairly well this season for what he's got. Like I said, he's a hooper, and hoopers is gonna hoop. But I just don't like the situation in Orlando.
Okay.
Shout out to Cole Anthony.
I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but number 8 is Alperen Sengun.
Yeah, Alperen Sengun. Yeah, Alperen Sengun.
For the Houston Rockets. He's averaging 8, 4, and 2. He was ranked number 7 previously. He's at number 8 right now.
Still got to buff up a bit. No, I like him. I like the Rockets when they drafted him. I like it. Another poised, solid big. Houston, you know what I'm saying, for what they do have in bigs, they always try to make sure they got somebody at least solid and know the game. He knows the game.
Right.
And posting up, you know what I'm saying, he's able to, you know what I'm saying, get a feel for the area, get some baskets in the hoop, just gotta low down on those turnovers, man, and realize that, you know what I'm saying, it's a big difference between this game and where you was at before. It's a big difference. Wolf King.
I just saw this.
Is that in Texas? Oh man.
Yeah, it's on the other side of Dallas.
They'll be the worst team. They'll be the worst team in Texas. Like they're the worst team in California right now.
That's true.
So it doesn't make no difference. Get her a snack. So, yeah, man, the Kings are bad.
Yeah, they've been bad for a minute. Number 7, Chris Duarte.
Chris Duarte from Indiana.
He's averaging 13, 4, and 2, and he was previously number 7 this week.
Same with him. Like, I mean, I like him as a player. Indy, yeah, but it's like more just like direction, like, you know what I'm saying, to get through the learning curve. Like, Indiana, it's a solid team, but I feel like they have too many of the same guys there. Where, I mean, he's young, so ultimately him on the contract is definitely more, not value, but in terms of stability, yeah, because any of those other guys like a Chris LeVert, a Brogdon, guys that potentially get hurt from time to time, Indiana could flip him, but I mean, he's inserted himself real nice into the Indiana roster, and I like his upside.
It's surprising he getting as much PT as he getting. Carlisle traditionally does not fool with rookies.
He's fooling, and I think this is more that the guys in front of him are hurt. Mm-hmm. He's there. He's taking the pages real well, taking the intake real well. And like you said, Carlisle doesn't really like to start young guys like that. But he's had to have to start him. And hey, that gives Duarte good because now Carlisle sees what type of player you can be. Instead of, playing around his system and not playing the young guys like that. And then you having to be forced to get in there and then force yourself when you're probably not happy about your playing time. So it's good that he's getting some playing time.
No doubt. Number 6, Jaylen Green with the Houston Rockets. He's averaging 14, 3, and 2. Last week he was number 8, so he's moved up 2 spots.
I just love the motor. Love the motor in his game, but the motor sometimes can be the problem in his game.
You think they're about to doom him, though? Because I did see a report earlier today where they're saying Silas already on the hot seat.
That's going to be reports like that forever. And
I
he
think it's
shouldn't.
definitely premature considering what that
Yeah,
man's had to deal with.
and he shouldn't be on the hot seat at all because look what they gave him. Look what they gave him. Look what James Harden did. Look what they had to do with John Wall this year. He's getting paid goddamn $47 million not to play basketball. That's it. But Jaylen Green, I like their young players. They're young though. They're young, so the games and the wins are not going to accumulate. You know, it seemed like they was competing early, but like I said, everybody in the NBA, statistically, somebody's going to be, under 10 wins. Somebody's going to be, at 12 wins. Somebody, it's just like that. And the Rockets are one of those teams. Years to come, they have an organization that's been able to build good teams. So I don't doubt that before, before 2025, they'll have some type of roster that can compete night in, night out. I like Jaylen Green. He adds to that power. Kevin Porter, Christian Wood. We just named another rookie on their team, another rookie they had 2 picks in the first round. Like, they have a future. The thing is, will they let that coach ride the future with him? I think.
And what can they get for John Wall?
Nothing. John Wall's initially not even going to play. I heard that the contract for him is too much for a team to take on. Nobody wants to take on that money for a guy that's gonna want 15 to 20 shots.
Right.
He doesn't want to come off the bench.
You think he's a bench player now?
Yeah, he has to be a bench player now. He's a bench player unless he proves otherwise. He has to come off the bench. And that's why one of the main reasons why he's not playing in Houston this year, because he was going to be playing in the bench role because of the young promising stars that they got.
Pat said we get an open bag of hot Cheetos with John Wall.
See, I wouldn't say
that's cold, man.
I wouldn't say that, but I would definitely not the value that he once upon a time.
No doubts. Number 5, Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic. He's averaging 12, 3, and 2. He was previously number 3, but has dropped down to 5.
Miami had a couple bad losses, man. But shout out to the young Wagner. He's definitely better than his brother. He definitely brings the poise. He brings it in, man. Offensively, you know what I'm saying? He's got it. Get a little stronger. He's gonna be legit. He leads Orlando in minutes. He leads Orlando in steals. So he leads Orlando in steals, which means he brings some type of defensive presence there. Proof on a 3-point shot. It's the way the NBA game's going. So once he starts doing that, Orlando's got a real good big man there.
Those are hard to find these days.
Absolutely hard to find.
Number 4 is Josh Getty of the OKC Thunder. He's averaging 10, 7, and 5. He stayed flat. He was number 4 last week. He's number 4 this week.
International play too, man. This guy is amazing. If you watched any of you guys' games in the national circuit, he is amazing. And nothing more. I'm not surprised by this at all. I am not surprised that he's in the top 5 because he is a guy that is ready for the league. You look at these stats: 39.7, 25.4, 62.6. But the play compared to the others in this draft class, it's a bit more advanced because you get that international play. Like you got your Lukas, right. Not Greek freak, but your Jokic's, guys that are able to be young and be able to play basketball, the pairs, and then be able to be one of those guys before you hit a certain age. So it comes with a lot. And then you come into a league with even bigger stars. Shout out to him. And he has Gilchrist, you guys, Shai Alexander on the team.
Yep.
And Thunder's a bad team, but he's exciting to watch.
Number 3, the young man we talked about earlier, Cade Cunningham of the Pistons. He was number 5 last week. He's averaging 13, 6, and 4.
He gets better. he gets better on the thing, man. He gets better shooting the rock and all that. He's gonna be all right too.
Number 2, Evan Mobley of the Cavaliers, averaging 14, 8, and 2. Last week he was number 2 as well.
Yep,
but
and
he's been injured.
Yep, he would have been number 1 potentially if he wasn't hurt. That man right here probably the standby for one of the top standbys for Rookie of the Year. But in terms of the consistency, is the reason why he's not on the top end of the ladder this week potentially. That goes to the guy that Jalen Suggs, which he was right now. Well, overall, Evan Mobley, man, like I said, man, that Cavaliers team, man, I said they have 3 of the weirdest big men in the NBA in terms of tandem, in terms of all of them. Jared Allen, Kevin Love, and Mobley, and how they work. They're 0-3 in games since he hasn't played, so you know that's a major impact on the Cavaliers when he plays. Now they don't have Colin Sexton no more in tournament. This is they're looking to get Evan back in there ASAP to kind of easing the pain. But just know that, you know, it's a DMP because he was not able to play. But if he was, Evan would have showed you what he about.
True that. And last but not least, number 1 was also number 1 last week. Scotty Barnes of the Toronto Raptors. He's averaging 14, 8, and 3.
Scotty struggled a little bit last week. Got a good head start, though, because Pascal Siakam wasn't playing early. Pascal Siakam's back, but now Anobi's not playing. During the road stretch, he's been playing kind of bad. But overall, jumpstart the season. His jumpstart early in the season is kind of good. You got that good jumpstart where people are still underestimating you to a cause. Some people love you. Right. And you, for most part of this season, you've been on the top of the ladder. And this week, you are on again the top of the ladder. My only concern would be when Siakam and Anobi's in the lineup effectively, and in terms of the ball share, how much will the ball come your way?
Right.
But eventually, one of those guys, Anobi or Siakam, will be traded. I think it's Siakam, and Scotty Barnes is in a comfortable spot, good spot in Toronto, good organization from the bottom up, and he's going to look to keep transcending up.
Makes sense. Man, this rookie class, you know, it don't have the, you know, that the absolute star power that it had in the past, but there's a lot of solid players that came out this year.
Absolutely. You're getting a lot of solid players. Getting a lot of solid players in here. You know what I'm saying? You don't like we mentioned earlier, you know what I'm saying, with the bus word. And I mean, we've learned a whole lot about, you know what I'm saying, how buses really feel. You know, watch Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? And what they really go through. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to let these players grow. You got to let them mature. My thing is in the NBA is if you have a good first season, I got to see you that second season. I can't just pitch you up there. Certain people, I'm like, yeah, because if I really watch you play street ball, college ball, whatever, then that's what it is. But gotta let these players grow, man. These players got to grow into an opportunity. And if they don't, you want to crucify them, then what it is. Mm-hmm. But for you to label somebody a bust or saying somebody can even be a bust and the guy hasn't even had a chance to prove and show you, you know what I'm saying? I told you earlier, the Celtics are not prime for it. 60-89. This is the game they're supposed to win. Eastern Conference matchup in your division. Right. And no Kyrie Irving and the Nets 27-point lead over the Boston Celtics right now.
Okay.
Other news coming out as well before we give shout outs. Ben Simmons, yes, I heard about an hour ago. Ben Simmons, according to somebody very close to somebody that Ben Simmons is very cool to, is running out of the loop. Ben Simmons owns 2 houses in Philly, both $1 million houses. You know, obviously you got to pay, you know, bills and things like that. But the insider tells the world that Ben Simmons, along with that money that he makes, he also has a habit to spend money, buying 4 to 5 cars, every a few months. Spending habits are wild. So it may come to a point where Ben Simmons may be in the Sixers uniform because of the situation that's in hand. But Pete game. Ben Simmons, I always thought was winning this battle, but Ben Simmons might have shot himself in the foot because Joel Embiid, of course, COVID, and Ben Simmons could have proven himself in this stretch because he always proves himself in the stretch when Embiid's out.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. You know what I'm saying? That's news up 2 over there, man. So it's wild. It is wild.
This, we talked about this before the basketball season even started. We covered Ben Simmons' whole ordeal pretty religiously, and we said until he's traded, it's going to just be something that we're going to constantly talk about. Because it seems like it's almost like as the world turns, it's always a story going on every day.
Absolutely. Klay Thompson, Golden State Warriors, practicing now. 5-on-5.
Getting scary, man. It's scary.
Before Christmas, and it's scary. But Klay says today he's not scared of injury. He just wants to be out there. And what's crazy? This might be one of the best. This might be one of the best heartfelt stories of this season once he gets back on the court. God bless for him that he was able to win championships with the Warriors, because I don't think the Warriors would have wasted their time. You know what I'm saying? If he was hurt, and he was just a regular guy.
Yeah.
But, for business due diligence, they did that. And now he comes back. And this is exciting for him. He's excited to be out there. And I'm excited for him too, man. This is a guy, Klay, that played both sides of the floor, in his tension before his injury. You know what I'm saying? He knocks down the 3 ball. He's a crucial piece to that Golden State Warrior team. With this change around and everything being fairly new, I can't wait to see it, man. It's gonna be great. You're gonna see him with the headband on, looking like, you know what I'm saying, looking like young Jackie, you know what I'm saying, from semi-pro. He's amped. I'm amped for him, man. Shout out to Klay Thompson for the road to recovery, getting back to where you want to be.
Let me ask you this, as a Laker fan, Warriors, Lakers, best in the 7-game series, who you got? What they else play?
7-game series. Right now, today, Golden State. If we had to play today against Golden State would beat us in 6 in the 7-game series. They'll beat us in 6. Because I just don't like a 7-game series. Like people, if people play 7 games, if you played a team and it was 7 games during the course of the week, best out of 7, a lot of teams in the NBA wouldn't beat the Lakers on a back-to-back.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? But then you like the mental game. You know what I'm saying? The mental game is kind of where the Lakers lack. You know what I'm saying? If you put them on in the classroom, they're going to combine for a grade of a C. C-. That's what they're playing right now.
Right.
But if you break all those guys down individually, those guys are great talents. But overall, it's just not sticking right now. Look, good things early in the season. And everybody in the NBA is just about playing the same right now for the most part.
Okay. We're definitely going to be looking at, because if Klay come back and he can contribute and he's healthy and they're already clicking on all cylinders, it's going to be that show again, man. The boy's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, man, they definitely going to be hard to beat, man. They are any close to what they was last year. I mean, a couple years back.
Warriors, come out and play. We see you, Patrick.
But everybody that want to be Warrior fans and jump on the wagon, just make sure before you jump on the wagon, make sure you read the fine print on the contract that states, "Don't come back over here."
Who you got for shout outs, brother?
Give a shout out to you first off, man. Second off, want to give a shout out to all our viewers. Third off, want to give a shout out to the community. Sports Talk with Friends. Shout out to you guys. Amazing content by the week. You know what I'm saying? We give y'all a blessing on Tuesdays with our sports chatter. You know what I'm saying? And throughout the week, we try to, in the best of our abilities, you know what I'm saying, throughout what everybody posting and stuff like that, give you the best possible content. So shout out to you guys, man. And I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I am thankful for the big macaroni and cheese because I swear if I only needed one thing during the day, it's some big macaroni and cheese, man. And I got me some sweet potato pie. I got about 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know, some nice eggnog. You know what I'm saying? I got the White Russian over here. I'm about to be insane now.
Not the White Russian.
I got the White Russian. I'm about to act like a White Russian, baby.
You know, this is I don't drink like I used to, but Irish Car Bomb was my drink this time of year.
Yeah. Real talk, man. Just be safe, man. You know, if anybody's going out, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's
Drink
COVID.
responsibly.
We're in COVID America, you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
guys, be safe, you know what I'm saying? Don't be sneezing on each other's plates. You know, 6 feet away.
Wash your hands and wash your ass.
Wash your ass before you come in my kitchen. Real talk. Don't come in my kitchen without washing your ass and brush your teeth. If I smell a little stench of hi, hoo, night, sleep, you're going back to sleep. This food's all mine.
Hey, man. Shout out to you, bro. I always have fun jumping on here. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Patrick.
Are the Wizards winning tonight, Patrick? Because I picked them to win, man, and it didn't look good early.
Shout out to you, Patrick. Always, man. We appreciate you, brother. Make sure you got on your secret cowboy hat tomorrow so you can cheer for us.
Yes, sir.
We know the truth.
Yes, sir. We all here. We all here all day. Yo, it's the craziest thing right here. Craziest, man.
Shout out to the fam. Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Man, we don't know about you, brother, but we don't see y'all before then. We appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Get out of here.
Go who? Go
Raiders.
Hey, yo, you're smelling. I'm smelling wager?
Yeah.
Smelling wager?
But hey, we appreciate y'all. Football, turkey, sleep, family, no particular order. Y'all handle up on that tomorrow. We appreciate you. Y'all have a good night. Peace.